Is the soul the same as the mind?
But I asked the question that is the soul same as the mind? No. Mind, again, mind is abstract. If I ask you, where is your mind? So you will say, okay, fine, mind, is it in the brain? So this is an abstract word, like how you say, mind your own business. So mind, when we say, people start thinking of the brain, but that doesn't mean that the mind is in the brain, but it is different. So mind is again an abstract word, that if you scientifically, medical college, I do not know where the mind is placed. But when we talk about the mind, normally we start thinking about the brain, but that's an abstract word. Hope that answers the question.
Thank you.
Yes, brother. Hello, my name is Mahesh Mehta. I am retired person. I visited 15 Islamic countries. Salah area for men, women are different everywhere. Even Masjid and Nabwi, Salah area for men and women is different. Karbala, Najaf, Kajmen, Samra, Damascus, Masad, men and women Salah area are different. But during the Hajj times, Mina, Muzdalifah, Arafat, Safa, Marwa, and when doing Tawaf of Kaaba Sharif, men and women are together. And Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Masjid, Baitul Muqaddas in Jerusalem, men and women are together. Why?
Mr. Mahesh Mehta asked a good question. And Mahesh Mehta since several years, since the conception of IRF, mashallah, he is the person who's a non-Muslim, who used to take video cassettes when we started in 1991, and maximum cassettes he has taken. And I feel that he has seen more cassettes of IRF than any other Muslim also. He has asked the question that when he has been to many mosques throughout the world, most of the places, the prayer area for men and women, it is separate. But when he went to Hajj, and when he went to Mecca and Mina, Muzdalifah, the prayer area is the same and men and women are mixed and separate. What brother fails to realize, that everywhere, even in Mecca and in Muzdalifah and Mina, the prayer area is same. But because of the situation, for example, when we go to Mecca, and there one of the important pillars is you do tawaf. Now when you do tawaf, you can't have separate area for tawaf. That's the reason while doing tawaf, there's bound to be, we can't have separate spaces. But after they finish tawaf, normally men and women have got different designated areas, even in Makkah. But while they are doing tawaf, if the salah time takes place, some women may not reach the designated place, so there are occasions when they stand in areas which is not designated for the women. So because of this, there are occasions when we see, there may be some women mixed up in the gent area, but ideally, you see, when you come at the rear side, not of the tawaf, not of the mutaf, at the other part, you find that there is separate designated area for the women and separate for the men. In normal mosques that we have, the entry gates of men and women is separate. In Haram, there are separate areas even for women to enter. But because when they go for tawaf, there is bound to be that they mix. But when they pray, they are supposed to be at different areas. But because the time may not permit them to reach the area, there are occasions when you may find that there may be certain mixing on certain positions. Same thing in Mina. Same thing in Muzdalifah. Even in Muzdalifah and Mina, you will never find men and women standing in the same row. Because they are scattered. It's a very big area. Because they come with their families. Same when they come for the Haram, in Makkah they come with the family. So here, because they come with family, to have separate segregation, half, suppose it may be 100 acres. So half for gents, half for ladies, then the family cannot stay together. In all the other mosques, because the mosque is small, you can easily have separate area for salah, separate for entry, separate for exit, and they can meet their family outside. Here, because Muzdalifah, Arafat is hundreds of acres, and the family come together to do Hajj, while they stay in Arafat, Mina, Muzdalifah. So at that time, even when they pray, men and women don't stand in the same row. There is separate area, but the areas are scattered. Because of that, it may not look that they are separate. But if you go to Masjid al-Khaif, that's in Mina, or in Arafat, Masjid al-Namra, there is separate segregation, just like any other mosque. Because when they pray in a large gathering, in a large area, it is difficult when families come together. Otherwise, always men and women, they are supposed to be separate. Why? Separate but equal facility. The reason is so that they can concentrate on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala better, and there's no intermingling of sexes. Hope that answers the question, brother.
Yes, brother. Third mic, is it on? If there's no one on the mic, we allow the fourth mic, the ladies. We can have the question from the ladies section. Yeah. First mic.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम भाई और बहनों को मैं संगीता शाह टीचर हूँ। मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि एक नॉन मुस्लिम मर्द अल्लाह की इबादत कर सकता है, मगर एक शादीशुदा नॉन मुस्लिम औरत अल्लाह की इबादत करने में उसे तकलीफ आ सकती है, तो उसको कैसे हल किया जाए और मुस्लिम समाज ने इसके लिए क्या किया है? शुक्रिया।
Sister asked the question that for an adult Muslim man, it's easy to do ibadah, easy to pray, but for a Muslim adult woman who's married, it's difficult to do ibadah, there can be difficulties. So what is the reason? As far as salah is concerned, the duty of salah is and the ibadah is the same for the man and woman. And I discussed this 1 week back when I gave the talk on women's rights in Islam, protected or subjugated. And Quran clearly states in Surah Azab, chapter number 33, verse number 35, Innal Muslimina wal Muslimati, for Muslim men and women, wal Mu'minina wal Mu'minati, for believing men and women, wal Qanitina wal Qanitati, for devout men and women, wal Sadiqina wal Sadiqati, for true men and women, wal Khashi'ina wal Khashiati, for men and women who humble themselves, وَالصَّابِرِينَ وَالصَّابِرَاتِ, for men and women who are patient and constant. وَالْخَاشِئِينَ وَالْخَاشِيَاتِ, for men and women who humble themselves. So here we realize that this verse of the Quran, it is talking about for Muslim men, for believing women, for women who are devout, for women who are true, for women who have sabr, for men and women who pray. So it is the same. The duty, the spiritual duty of men and women in Islam is the same. But I do know there are occasions when the woman is undergoing a cycles, when she's undergoing a menstrual cycles, there is relaxation given to her. That because of the various psychological changes that takes place, the various hormonal changes that takes place, because of the menstrual cycle, there is a concession given to women that during this time she should not pray. She is giving rest. So during these few days, during a cycle, there is relaxation that she should not pray. Same with the fast. She should not fast, but the fast can be compensated because in Ramadan you fast only for 1 month. But since you have to offer salah 5 times a day, every day of your life, it need not be covered up. So this is a concession given so that it is much more beneficial and she's comfortable. Hope that answers the question, sister.
We'll have the second question from the same mic until the other mic is getting set. We have asked for an additional mic there. Until it gets set, we can have the second question from this mic. Later on, we'll allow them 2 questions. Yes, sister.